Hey, this is ThinkerThunker, and this is that crazy hopping Russian Bigfoot from several years back. And I took another good look at this thing, and he's not only crouching down here, this guy is down on all fours, and he appears to be carrying something. And I've done a little animation of that. I'll zoom in a little and let you see it better. Now he goes from all the way up here where he's crouched down into a all fours position, and you can see his left arm here. What is he carrying? What is he doing with that left arm? And in a minute, we'll see him truly go down on all fours. So let's check this guy out.
Пипец, короче, тихо, он, короче, опять на нас попер, наверное. Сейчас заснимем, если что, на YouTube выложим.
Вон, смотри,
тихо. Блин, он движется сюда.
Я боюсь. Вон, смотри.
Тихо.
Он ветками шевелит, по-моему.
Я ничего не... О, вон, передвигается. Чучело.
Смотри, ветки шатаются. Смотри.
О, побежал! Я заснял его.
Чтоб не испугать его, пошли.
Я заснял.
Смотри.
Ё-моё!
Будет-то килограмм 200 весит.
Угу. Видел, как он своими лапами машет?
Смотри,
вон.
2 метра рост.
Ёп!
Я боюсь.
Надо отдать эту съемку в НТВ.
Да.
Чрезвычайное положение.
Побежали.
Пошли за ним.
Now here is the first time we see this guy coming out of the trees, and we see his head way up here. And that's important because in just a second, there he goes down. Now look, he's way down here. Not only is he crouching down, he's on all fours. And I've done a little animation, and it looks like his left arm. I'm going to zoom in just a little of that. And you can see this little animation just kind of follows along the outline. Right there, he steps into it. And it looks like his left arm, he's holding something up, like maybe he has a stone or something like that. He's weaponized, man. Look out for this guy. And you can see his right arm is all the way down. So really long arm to leg ratio. See the arm go up there. So they can just move around as natural as you please. 2 legs to all fours. And in just a second, we're going to see him completely upright and hopping on 2 legs. He's moving over towards that. Now, some of these frames, it's really hard to tell exactly what he's doing in here. But this is the main section right here. What is he carrying, if anything? What is that right there? Is it a stone? What does he have? And the most amazing part, he's on all fours. Because here he is at this level, and just a second earlier, he's way up here. So that's far more than just a crouch. Okay, here's the second time we see the guy. He comes bounding out of the trees, doing these really impressive lateral hops, which, by the way, let's see you put on a big suit and a mask, and look at this forest floor here. You go bounding laterally and see if you don't break your neck. Okay, but here's what I wanted to show you. We've got tree 1 and tree 2 out here in front of him. And I want you to see that those extend all the way off the screen. So they're at least reasonably mature trees and appear to be very tall. And I would guess their width, I mean, we can see some similar trees in the foreground. I would guess their width are 12, 13, 15 inches wide. So we'll just say they're about 13 inches wide. So what I did, I'm going to zoom in now. And here we can see tree 1 on the left, tree 2 on the right. And I mask one of these trees off, and we're going to use it for scale. And so that we could see a little better, I turned it green, and now I'm going to rotate it horizontally. Now, again, looking at tree 1 and tree 2, they're, we'll say 10 feet out in front of him. It's very hard to tell, but they are out in front, which means he's even larger than he appears relative to the trees. Look at this tree. If it is, say, 13 inches wide, that means this guy's arms, even out to his forearms, are about 13 inches wide. massive. Something else interesting, his neck and shoulders must be massive, because here you just see the top of his head. And when he goes into this pose here, this really intimidating pose that's supposed to strike fear in those guys out there filming, his head vanishes. Now let's see you again in your suit, mask, go bounding out, and we'll see if your head completely disappears like this. Something else I wanted to point out. I'm gonna lose the tree for now. Starting in this frame right here, it becomes obvious that this guy out here in the trees is male. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, again, here is the second appearance he makes, coming out of the trees, doing the big lateral hopping, and look how high he is at this point. And in a second, you'll see him down on all fours and leaving. So we'll keep working towards that point. Now he's behind these trees. He peeks out right there. There's the tree peak. He steps out and goes down on all fours right there. See that? Goes down. And what I've done, I've made a little animation so you can see that better. And I'm going to go back into the trees and let you see him move down into the animation there. And now just going frame at a time, and you see him crouching down. He's getting down like a sprinter on the blocks, and boom. See that streak? That was him leaving. I mean, out of there. There is no telling how fast these guys are on all fours. And, you know, I've seen this clip. There's no telling how many times, but I've never really thought about this is really one of the only times we've ever seen these guys on two legs hopping, and then how naturally they go down on all fours, and how nimble they are, and how fast. Boom. Amazing. Okay, this is just to get a better sense of how thick some of those trees are. So we looked at tree 1 and tree 2. Well, now we've got this kid here in the foreground, and he's what, a good 12, 15 feet in front of this tree here. And see, look how thick that tree is. I would guess that tree is a good 13 to 15 inches, something like that. The main question is the thickness of these trees relative to this guy back there. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up by looking at tree 2 here again, that I've got flipped on its side and turned green. And we guesstimated that that tree was about 13 inches wide, even if it's 8, 9, 10 inches, something like that. This guy's forearms and arms are still massive. If he walked up here and stood next to this tree, his arms would be bigger than this tree. So he is huge. And using the Singer scale, I figured that he is about 6.5 to 7 foot tall, and that's with him crouched down the way he is. If he stood fully upright, he might be 8 foot tall or bigger. I mean, that, whoever that is back there, it's massive. He is a giant. All right, guys, that is all I've got. Your time to weigh in. What'd you think about the size of this thing? What'd you think about him going down all fours and how fast he appeared to be on all fours? Amazing footage. Special thanks to all my patrons over at patreon.com. As always, you guys are the very best. I simply would not be making any videos anymore without their support. And you can be a supporter too, a patron too, for $1 a month. That's all it takes for as short or as long as you would like to do that. Also, thank you guys so much for buying my t-shirts, caps, and mugs. I hope you're getting great use out of them. Either go to ThinkerThunker.com or check out my shop down below. And, oh yeah, please subscribe. Let the YouTube know you like my videos, so please subscribe, please like, please comment, and please share my videos online with your friends. All right, everybody. Please keep the comments clean. We've got kids and families here. Take care, everybody.